Ladies and gentlemen,
Finally.
Felix Biederman in the building. We're back. We're back and better than ever. New York City.
I stayed at a hotel like this once.
Dude, this is a crazy hotel.
I stayed in it was in London, so it was like slightly smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wasn't gonna pay like £2,000 a night back before they totally obliterated the British pound. But it was because it was during our EU tour, and it was because the place we were staying at in London was for sure a human trafficking Airbnb. I had such a bad experience in London. I thought, I can't sleep here. I have to sleep in a real place. They had a hardwired Ethernet connection.
That's awesome.
I played Counter-Strike there. It was great.
I will say, this is the first time. Like I've been to many hotels at this point. This is the first time I'm staying at a hotel where I came in off the flight, and they me. The flight, well, not the hotel. The flight swapped out on me due to the engine failure of the previous chartered flight ahead of time. So they did a flight swap, the airplane swap. So we went from a wide body airplane with lie flats to no lie flats.
Ugh.
On the red eye.
That's tough.
It cooked me. It cooked me so hard. I passed out. And when I got here, I couldn't sleep. And then I got here, I passed out, and I had a profile that I was doing with this journalist, and she was just sitting in the restaurant waiting for me for 35 minutes.
Oh, no.
It's the worst, dude. It's so embarrassing. But it's also one of those things where it's not only is it first world problems, but it's immensely privileged rich guy problems as well.
Yeah, but I feel like ever since JetBlue and everything got shittier in about 2000, really it was COVID. I would say that everyone in the world suffers about the same since that happened. It's about the same amount of suffering.
Yeah.
When JetBlue was better, I would absolutely say there's stratifications of wealth and comfort in the world. When it really took a shit, I used to fly JetBlue from New York to Vegas, and this is how great 2017 was. I had an entire row to myself on the red eye back multiple times.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't happen today. Wouldn't happen today.
I remember I could just finagle my way into getting a emergency row seat, because I would walk up before the flight and I'd be like, hey, can I please, I'm kind of tall, I have a hard time fitting in the seats, and they'd be like, of course, we'll put you in the emergency row. And then they financialized it. They made it payable. It f***ed me. It was bullshit. I cannot. It's so annoying. Wait, let me see.
Wait, what? What do you mean they
back in the day, you could get the exit row seat for free if you just asked for it. And then they made it a payable thing.
I never knew that.
Yeah, and this is before premium economy and stuff anyway. Back in the day, you could just get the free extra leg room. Yeah, good thing you're rich and pay for a bigger seat. Exactly. Yeah, so get your money up, not your funny up. Speaking of getting your money up, how hard have you been hit by the CSGO skin market? The people are asking.
Luckily, I had longtime fans will know that I had a profligate gambling enterprise. Not profligate for me, but during COVID. During the first few months of COVID, because the gyms were closed, there was nothing to do. Bernie was losing. I played 15 hours of Counter-Strike a day with my friends who had office jobs, and I got really into this skin gambling. And I think to this day my biggest illusion is that I'm positive for the times I gambled on CS:GO. I think I made a profit. But I recently, in the last 3 months, I offloaded my butterfly knife, which was the last big ticket item from there.
Oh, so you got out. You got out beforehand. Gaben let you know.
Yeah,
You're the Paul Pelosi of the skin market.
Kind of. I spent a little bit on a bayonet knife just because I like those. I don't want to resell it. But there was a part of me that was thinking like, okay, how much longer can this go on?
Now we have...
Oh my God. Onapixel checks his new CS2 inventory value after market crash.
Yeah, this is a guy realizing he's going to have to work until he's 90 now.
The actual
This
value
was
was.
his
This is
retirement.
already minus 40k. Holy What? Oh my god! Because we invested into the right things! I'm telling you, bro! 1.5 mil! Hey, something is off. Refresh prices. 1.5 million to... Boom!
Oh.
That is
no.
incredible, dude.
Oh.
That is...
Oh.
I mean, it's just like... There's a lesson there for cryptocurrency addicts, I think.
Yeah. Well,
Something to really consider.
I mean, it's a lesson for people who own any asset that isn't like a commodity that can actually do something, like oil or something. Really, I would say most equities now. But so I haven't been following this super closely. I do know that like I would have, I probably would have also lost like 90% on the value of my butterfly. I probably lost like 90% of the value of the bayonet anyway, but that was way cheaper. So did they just like ban third party?
I have no understanding of what happened. I just heard that the market just tanked in its entirety and all the values crashed. But I'm sure someone knows. What was it, Chatters?
I'm very curious because
They changed the economy. They made it so you can trade up reds for golds.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. It used to be that you couldn't, there were a lot of reds, so like the red was like the highest rarity of like a non-glove or knife weapon skin.
Yeah.
And you could trade up 10 of everything to get one of the next color value, but you couldn't trade up 10 reds to get one gold, famously. Because there are a lot of reds that are worth like $3. They're really shitty. And theoretically, you could, if you had a ton of reds, which anyone who's been playing for a long time might, you have like 20 chances to get to basically roll for a knife that could be worth 20,000, and presumably they probably like quintupled or sextupled like the amount of like knives and gloves in like a second probably.
So everybody had these worthless reds,
Yeah.
or like low value reds, and then they increased the value of the reds, and they made it so that you can trade it up. Therefore, all of the supposedly invaluable items lost a tremendous amount of value in the process because now they're more attainable.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
they try to fix the artificial scarcity by introducing this new market factor. Why did they do that?
It's 2008 all over again.
I don't think it's the worst thing because it is like, if it kept going up like it was, you would get to a point where like the only people who would have knives are people who've been playing for like a decade, or people who, like the owners
Arab sheiks.
Yeah, the owners of the biggest Steam wallets.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen that video about how there's that one guy who they think is either
MBS?
Yeah, it's either
yeah.
MBS or an Emirati.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would only be... There's also been, like, cartel guys that have stashed money into skins.
That's awesome.
But it would get to a point where it's just like, yeah, the only thing you could get if you were, like, a normal person would be, like, the butt plug knives. And even those would become, like, $5,000 eventually.
Guy who becomes a socialist after the gamer skin market crashes.
That's the next Grand Platinum. And he's gonna like have an Adam Waffen tattoo like on his forehead.
Yeah, what's the Blackwater equivalent? Like he was a hedge fund guy.
Yeah.
He was a hedge fund guy that like shuttered orphanages.
Yeah. And his scandal is he'll like in the middle of the campaign he'll be like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I just realized I'm still employed by Palantir. I just quit." I am so sorry.
Oh man, the Atomwaffen skull tattoo.
It's like on his forehead, like that Caleb video.
No, he just walked around and shaved it for all of his life, and then one day they were like, "Hey, hey, you have that on your head. What does that mean?" And he's like, "What?"
Guess who just got kicked out of the primary? That's right, for being anti-establishment.
Except the proletariat, the masses, the proletariat is more stupid than ever before, it seems. And the Mainers literally either don't give a or like it.
This is a Maine like have you ever been to Maine?
No. Or once, I think. I was supposed to go, man, meet up with Graham Plattner initially, way before any of this stuff. And my primary concern at that time was like, why did you join Blackwater in 2018?
Yeah.
Which is not a concern for the average voter at all, obviously. It's just like, that was my own, like, I was trying to understand what the was going on there. Because on paper, his candidacy, like, comes out of the gate swinging, left populist, Bernie crat, whatever, right? Like, looks good. And then you look into his background and you're like, what the like,
yeah,
how did this happen? And I had these concerns. I wanted to talk to him about it, and then all of this stuff happened. At first, the Reddit stuff came out, and I was like, okay, this is pretty funny.
Yeah,
like, how did you go from 4-tour machine gunner in the Marines to Blackwater in 2018 to by 2020 being like, I hate white folk.
Yeah.
I hate the stupid white chuds.
Yeah. Which is like, that is so sad for him to say that. That's so, who's it? Steven in Django Unchained. That's what it's like.
It's awesome.
Yeah, but it's like, no, I had the same thing where it was like, we could have interviewed him. I was like kind of against it because really, like, the only thing you could ask him, like, we could ask him that would be kind of interesting would be like, okay, so you were a mercenary, like, what the and after, presumably he has like a slick answer for that, or maybe not so slick, but after that, what do you really have? I mean, I think his entire candidacy, I do get people that are backing him to the hilt, because after Brandon and after Brandon 2 and Trump 2, all these dementia-addled candidates, people lying their ass off for people like Fetterman. It would be great to be able to do that for someone who is like halfway good, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just, my thing with him is like, I always thought, before all of this too, especially with the Blackwater stuff, if his line on like, if he was willing to be like more, I'm not going to say out there with foreign policy, but more not sort of like safe sock demi.
Yeah.
Still what I would prefer
when I looked at his
Jeffries, but
when I looked at his platform, the thing that actually stuck out for me is like when he was like, "Oh, we just got to do good wars." Like not which is like, okay, that's the Marjorie Taylor Greene position.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? Like, especially with your background as a machine gunner, you could very easily just be like, "Look, I did some heinous shit and it was really fucked up. It wasn't just fucked up for me and my buddies when we got the Totenkopf tattoo.
Yeah.
But it was also fucked up for the people that we were brutalizing without any sort of repercussions whatsoever." And in that situation, it's like, that's an entirely different conversation to be having. Maybe in the best case scenario, psychedelic trip, Michael Jamal Brooks, Majority Report fan, and he does feel that way, but he can't say it out loud because he thinks like, oh, we got to moderate a little bit on the war stuff, potentially. But like, I was just trying to parse through all of that, and it just didn't.
Yeah.
I
don't even have need for him to use the, terminology or framing that I would prefer, just as long as I was like, if I could be assured that he would be like a 100% reliable, like anti-interventionist, guy who could potentially like, I don't know.
But even then, then you got to think, it's less of a John Fetterman and more of a Tulsi Gabbard, potentially.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And the fact that he's not, this is, if you are looking to really like completely obliterate all the norms and not do any of the shit that previous generations felt was necessary in a Senate race. Well, this is the time where you would get a little bolder with foreign policy stuff.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's not,
especially
is like,
right now, if I'm working on his campaign, the thing I would be hammering every day would be, why are we going to war with Venezuela?
Yeah.
Why are we going to war with Venezuela? What the are you doing? Why are you moving the aircraft carrier to Latin America? Why are you trying to turn our direct backyard into an Iraq-style situation? That's what I mean. It is the most opportune time to be a guy like that.
Yeah.
This is literally, in my opinion, this is basically what I felt when I was trying to tell Democrats to like scream about Israel a little bit, when I would like hold them down at the DNC and be like, you have to address this. It's like not only unimaginably inhumane, but people are frustrated by this, and your inability to address it is going to cook you. And this is exactly like that.
Yeah.
Why have we killed like 70 fishermen?
Right. I think someone put it this way: you're a terrorist because we killed you. We killed you because you're a terrorist.
Yeah.
That is insane. To have, not just to do that, but to have the vice president out there like making funny jokes. Oh, don't go fishing out there. Okay, so you killed like a dozen people for no reason.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's where we're at. I just like, it's so hard. It's so hard to look at the situation and not feel like this is, we are the Nazis.
Oh yeah, no.
Like we are 100%. Like this is, yes, it's a post-nuclear proliferated world. It's the dynamics a little bit different, but like we straight up are this time we are the Nazis.
Yeah. I mean, if the Third Reich officially won World War II,
Oh yeah.
Ursula von Leyen would have the same job. The Third Reich world looks a lot like our world.
That's why you say, what's his name? Gunther is the spiritual successor.
Yeah.
He likes Albanians too much, though.
Yeah, he's like one of the, he's like a weird, like, you wouldn't call it an Orientalist, but I don't know what you would call it.
Yeah. Not Gunther Eagleman, the OG Gunther.
I know. Oh yeah,
I forget what his last name is.
Falinger.
Yeah, Gunther Falinger, who, what was it? He got fired, right?
I don't even think he had like a bullshit job where he worked for one of those like Euro think tanks. It's like,
He's Mr. NATO. He loves NATO. He's always like, Israel needs to join NATO now. He wants to balkanize Russia, and he loves NATO. Every country needs to join NATO.
My favorite thing that he does, and he's like a true Austro-Hungarian, he wants to balkanize like every country he doesn't like.
Yeah.
He even, when he felt that Israel was, slightly on the wrong side of NATO on something, he was like, okay, ex-Israel. Let's Drew state over here.
Yeah.
Haredi super state over here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know who else had that opinion? No Opinion. When he came out with the brilliant take, before he learned about BDS, after reading one Isaac Chodener interview with a settler, and was like, wow, we got to boycott these guys. What's that about? Before he came up with that conclusion, he had said, I have a new idea. It's called the 4-state solution or something.
Oh, everyone is, since the beginning of time, people have just tried that line out. My favorite Noah thing was when he was like, well, I've been going on walks recently, and it turns out I can get erections. I love that. It's just so shocking to me because this is really showing my age. I always thought, like, when I was a kid, I thought the amazing thing about the internet is that you completely control what information people know about you. So you can really, all the things that you perceive as embarrassing to you could just totally leave out. But he's just, none of us would have ever found that out, but he was like, well.
Yeah.
It turns out I wasn't asexual. I just had gas. He thought he was like totally asexual for like 20 years, and then he like.
I mean, even peak internet, you have Tony DeCoppel talking about how he got an adult circumcision. So, you know, there were still moments like that. Or Jake Tapper's brilliant work that you recently.
Well, that's. I mean.
That's in the halls of the greats. The goat poster.
I've never seen. I would say.
What is this? Come on, Gunther. You know the Serbs are going to choose genocide, NATO, or Russian genocidal axis. Is that just rage bait account or an unironic R word? He goes, I don't even know how to explain Gunther to someone who doesn't already know who he is.
Yeah, he's a man he's a true Austro-Hungarian.
Yeah. He just loves he loves NATO. I don't know how else to describe it. He loves NATO so much. And you know he loves NATO because he never stopped posting about NATO. And when all of the Ukrainian flag and the bio accounts quietly dissipated. Like there are so many examples of like prominent quote unquote pro-Ukraine accounts that like when the leadership exchange happened and they were like, no more US aid. We're actually taking a different tone, even though they're not really taking a different approach that much, but they're just like they're doing away with all the soft power initiatives and all the psyops and whatnot. Everybody was like, all right, we're done posting about Ukraine, I guess. Except for Gunther.
Oh, yeah. No,
he's a real one.
Every cycle, there's like a few guys who are like, they're true. Bilal Kareem is one of those guys.
Bilal Kareem? Wait, do I know him? Let's see.
He was like one of those. You remember how there used to be the exact same thing for guys who wanted American intervention in Syria? Or American intervention in Syria.
Yeah.
All those guys, of course, like moved on and were like, I'm an Israel expert. I'm a Venezuela guy.
Iran guy. A lot of them became like, Iran is. There's a new momentum I'm seeing a lot now. I think like the Iranian regime is like kind of de-escalated from the morality stuff that they were doing with the hijab. Like there's a lot of imagery coming out of parts of Iran that normally you wouldn't be able to so openly roam around, and they keep posting videos like that. And now I've noticed that all the Iran understanders, some of them are saying, oh, it's because the regime is weak, they've lost their power, and then others are saying, no, these are actually fake, they're still arresting everyone. They're fighting amongst themselves. They haven't been able to get messaging discipline on this issue.
This is sort of like an unprecedented moment for the Islamic Republic because, well, world famous barbershop chain just opened its first location in the Middle East.
Oh, God.
And it's
in
Tehran, and it's actually the first all naked haircut. It's not in Israel, it's in Iran.
Wow. They should be posting that.
Yeah.
Just like the Hosmer accounts that are like, look at my titties. Like, I'm in Israel. Like,
do you think
you can't do this anywhere? It's like Lebanon is right there.
Yeah.
Like, that's so crazy.
I can't believe people are still doing that one.
I know.
Like, is it 1983?
Due to Israel's genocide, a lot more people became acquainted with the region. So a lot of the Hasbara lines don't work anymore because they're like, what do you mean? Like, look at Lebanon. They're gay as hell over there. That shit doesn't work. Plus, that's not even a metric for liberty anyway. You guys are doing genocide.
It's also so weird because the countries that had like the most comprehensive laws and legal enforcement of modesty laws and everything were the Gulf states that Israel had either an official or working relationship with.
Yeah.
Of course, like the Gulf states it's not as extreme as it was maybe 6 or 7 years ago.
No, they're going super woke now, dude.
Yeah.
That's the other. Yeah, no, Saudi Arabia. Well, all Gulf states except we're not talking about the crown jewel, Qatar, of course.
Everything.
Our goats.
Perfect.
Our goats.
Goldilocks zone.
Yeah.
Perfect amount of woke.
Yeah.
Perfect amount of. Well, I would not,
Perfect amount of a little bit of religious modesty.
Traditionalism.
Yeah, traditionalism.
Yeah. They're in the Goldilocks zone. I love them.
Yeah, they should have been the ones that bought EA.
Yeah.
Why leave it up to Saudi Arabia? They're gonna fuck it up.
I legitimately think that Qatar, like they would, someone in the Thani family, there's someone there who's like, I really liked Splinter Cell Chaos. Let's bring this. I really love Chaos Theory. I know that's Ubisoft and EA, but let's bring back the stealth genre. Or let's make the Battlefield 6 campaign get better because that is EA.
Yeah. No, I agree. They could do that, or it by CNN.
I mean,
Put a bit out there before David or Larry Ellison gets their grummy little paws on it, and just come out of the gate swinging. Al Jazeera 2.0.
Yeah.
Buy CNN. Buy CNN. Qatar, I'm begging you. Buy CNN. Think about the dreams that you could accomplish. Okay? We could fully implement the Islamic Caliphate in America.
I would work there in any capacity.
Oh, me too.
No, I don't want a salary. The plane that I want, you could probably give it to me at cost. I believe that Qatar has Eurofighters. I just want one. I want a single seater. You don't have to buy me like, $200 million jumbo jet. I don't want that. I want something that can go Super Cruise at like Mach 1.2. They that bullshit company that's like, we're making a new Concorde. It's any day now. Like Boom Aviation or some
really?
shit. Yeah. I don't really believe them, but they did just get Trump to issue an executive order where it says civilians can break the sound barrier as long as it's a quiet boom. Which,
how does that work?
well, there are NASA has like it has to do with like the shape of the aircraft, and NASA has achieved it, though it would be probably kind of hard to do with a jet that size, though. Anything's possible. I wish that company wasn't completely like made up, though.
No, they're gonna do it with AI.
Yeah,
I believe it.
Yeah,
They're gonna get the top minds. They're gonna get all the people that post on Twitter about how hard they're working in San Francisco to fix it, to build it up.
That's why I think that it's never coming, because it's one of those companies where they're like,
Oh.
Look at all the tents at our office. I hate that stuff so much.
Everything is getting so much shittier every day. Everything is pretty ass. So what can you do? I would game if Qatar. Would you game if Qatar said you needed to? Yes, I would do anything. If Qatar asked me to do it, I would do it. Okay. I already said this. It was awesome when they gave Donald Trump the $400 million jet.
We love that.
Yeah, I was on board. Okay. If they are, dude. Oh, I brought this point out because Andrew Cuomo has been going crazy over your boy. And by that, I don't mean Zoran Mamdani. I'm talking about myself. He's been talking about me every day.
Yeah, it is sort of like, is that his next thing? Is he going to kick after this?
I don't. He's a drama. He found out that there's a robust market for being a drama slop tuber.
That would be a great career. Okay,
It's like-
okay, everyone. So there's some really cringe news today.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's
Good
crazy
job.
because he talks about me like Ethan Klein or some shit. You know what I mean? Where it's just I suspect that he must have some kind of like I mean, I know for a fact that he has like a bunch of Hasbro guys on his team, and I assume they're the ones who are like, no, really hit this line. This is good.
Yeah.
And I can't tell if they unironically think this will hurt Zoran, or if they've just completely given up on hurting Zoran because he's gonna win, inshallah. And they're like, okay, well, let's get something out of this. Let's just try to tarnish the reputation of this other guy who we also hate.
I think you're right. I think it is. Yeah, that one guy who works on his campaign.
Oh, the everybody in Israel thinks I'm a gay guy.
Yeah, isn't it so up how this guy's name is Zach Fox, and there's like another.
Oh
Zach
yeah,
Fox
yeah. The
who's
evil.
like
this
cool.
Is the evil Zach Fox.
I feel
true.
so bad for like the talented Zach Fox. It's like, could you imagine? Could you imagine if this guy had your name?
Let's see. Let's look at this dude again. Zach Sage Fox.
Yeah,
With the.
my God.
Oh God. Like, how can you look so annoying in just like with the first interaction?
Okay. What
Zohran Mamdani Canvasser.
men
To see
wearing ugly pearls, wasn't that like a 2020 thing?
I'm a pearl advocate, but it was a big thing. I still wear it every now and then, to be fair, but it's just not working.
Yeah,
It works with some fits. That's you from 2014. That's true. Oh God, I definitely did do this, but like in 2014.
It looks like a uniform on him. You know, like like this is like the uniform you wear to show to like Miriam Adelson to be like, I'm young. I know what young people like.
Oh shit! Peep the canvas lead fit. Look at that. John Brown Hunting Club. That's my merch. Dispatch from the Upper East Side. Across the 5 boroughs, tens of thousands of volunteers are meeting their neighbors, building community, and winning this election one door at a time. I texted this to Will after the primaries, I was like, do we have motion? Like, what is that? Do you think do we have motion?
I mean, I agree with what Josh and Jeremy Adams said before the primary, that like this would be like a great show of strength if you know Zoran won the primary, and no one, not even Zoran's TV, like expected a blowout like that. It is not insignificant. I don't know. After the tenure of AOC and Bernie during the Brandon Reich, I am not, I wouldn't say reticent, but there has to be some kind of mechanism to make sure that doesn't happen, or if it does, that there is some price that is paid for that.
Yeah.
But I don't think, I mean, it's a totally different kettle of fish for a municipal election. I don't know. I think that electorally we're way more in the game than we would have expected a year or two ago. But I just I think we need to spend a little more time at the drawing board, considering the events of the Brandon Reich.
I thought you were considering the Graham Plattner saga.
No, that's out of my hands. Yeah. That's stupids. Stupids are doing their own thing. It has nothing to do with. I can't affect. If I could affect what stupids do,
we need a mass line of stupids. But no, what I was gonna say with the Graham Plattner stuff is what I realized, and maybe I'm being a little too optimistic about it, but I keep like repeating this over and over again until it sticks. In the past, the establishment Democrats could cynically weaponize identity politics, cancel culture, things of that nature to their left flank. When there was like any sort of viable candidate, they could be like, oh, this guy's racist, this guy's sexist, don't vote for him, he's not electable. And I think liberals broadly agreed with that, right?
Yeah.
And they would, of course, show none of the same considerations towards Hillary Clinton, for example, who had her own long track record of racist remarks and racist policies she advocated for, right? And I think liberals, by and large, some who might even, if they read into it, might even self-describe as like way more progressive or even socialist or whatever, right? Who just don't really care about this stuff that much and just go, I'm liberal, I'm progressive, I'm voting for the Democratic Party. Those people care first and foremost about the harm reduction narratives and the electability narratives, which has always been a major hurdle in the primary structure. And I think now with what we're seeing with the Graham Plattner situation is that line of attack doesn't work for the left flank anymore.
Yeah.
And I think that can only be attributed to the waves of defeat, specifically the most humiliating one being Trump twice.
Yeah.
With the similar, we have to move to the center narratives, and the subsequent inability to address any of the things that Trump is doing has caused liberals to go, okay, f this. I'm down with whatever the left populist like message is. It turns out I think this is more viable.
I think that's definitely the case in like a few of these instances. The thing though is, I on one hand, it is impressive, right? Because going back to like November, December of 2024, this is such a strong position for these broadly like Bernie candidates and these big races to be in, right? But the other side of that, to me at least, is go back to November, December of 2016, or 2020 for that matter. The events from October of 2023 to November of 2024. Back in 2016, you could not describe a better scenario for like broadly at that time our type of candidate.
Yeah.
You know, it would be the greatest way to the greatest illustration of the rot of the party, and the greatest on ramp for our type of whatever.
Yeah.
However, because, you know, like it or not, the elected faces of that movement married themselves so tightly to Biden and to the party, they could have ridden out into the sunset. They could have either actually started a party that is actually kind of viable, at least in congressional races, or maybe even subsume the party. I don't know. And instead, I mean, it's not the absolute worst case scenario for them because somehow, some way, AOC and Bernie didn't really retain all of the Biden stink. But it is the bounty is just so much lower than what it could have been, out of a lack of foresight and I would say courage. And I don't know what the solution to that. Like, you know, how do you make sure that the next iteration of people you get in there have the wherewithal and the grit to, you know, do a Melanchon and go, no, f you. I will be hated by this contingent of the electorate for like a year until this thing shows itself to be a farce, and then to reap the rewards.
Yeah. I mean, I think like there is no viable third party alternative as it stands now.
Yeah.
And there are too many structural hurdles to even overcome that. And like the closest you achieve to the closer you arrive at that is like what, the Green Party, I guess. And they like I'm not usually one of those guys is like they play the role of a spoiler, and I don't think that in general. I think that's not how democracy works. But like if there was a group of people that like actively tried to play the role of the spoiler, I would say it's the Greens in this country. Like it just they only come around every 4 years, and they will identify like one left issue that is objectively populist, and they'll hammer it, and then they'll f off right after.
Yeah.
Like I think PSL is more respectable because they're always on.
Right.
Sure, they focus more on organizing, and they focus more on less on campaigning or building like a real party structure. But at least they're there.
Yeah. I mean, the Green Party is just... I generally...
There are the Green Ride or Dies. They go, they're literally in 8
yeah.
plus local elections, you liar. There's a lot of... I have some of them in here.
No, there are... Like, they do run in congressional races. My whole thing with the Green Party, more so, is I think it's kind of outmoded. I think it's like a posture and a mission statement that makes a lot more sense in like 1998 than it does now. I also say
To
the
be
same
fair,
for...
I'm not talking about the UK Greens. They're kind of popping off. They're kind of.
I do not like the guy in charge there. I do not trust him.
I just interviewed him. I just got interviewed by him, and he's a big Hasanabi head, actually.
What does he say? I mean, what does he say? I know he's addressed it, but like, how does he explain his role in the Corbyn stuff, in the Corbyn anti-Semitism stuff?
Wait, he did do that? I didn't know that. Oh shit! I had no idea.
I mean, it wasn't one of the main I'm not going to try to pronounce that word, but it wasn't one of the main promoters of it. But he was like pretty into it at the time. Granted, he wasn't like a huge figure, but that is reason. I mean, I get it. Like 2018 is 7 years ago.
He says he regrets it now. That's what he says. I mean, but he's had a pretty solid approach in this last election cycle. It feels like, but I don't know.
I mean, I was one of my friends from there told me about how well they were polling in a lot of races, and that is exciting. They do have some good candidates, but just him as a guy, I would have to see more. You know, when someone says something like that, oh, I regret my mistake. Okay, well, how is your thinking or your approach to things or your immediate reaction? How has that changed so that you're not going to just fall for the next one?
I do.
Because
I do think about that a lot with people that do stuff like that in general.
Yeah.
Like, are you saying that you feel bad now, but you felt strongly at the time, or have you tried to figure out exactly what caused you to fall for this, if this was like a genuine concern and not like cynical?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I'm really not in favor of like holding things against people forever. And I've seen tons of people like legitimately, you know, really sit down and think, okay, why the fuck did I think that? And there are tons of people who I think have legitimately really undergone like a change to their thinking such that I don't think this would happen to them again in this way. With him, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it would, but I just, you know, I would have to know more about. I would have to see more, I guess.
I feel like being a Jewish anti-Zionist is so OP, especially in a place like England. I feel like London, they have like, in the UK, UK is so philo-Semitic. I feel like they just, I don't know.
I mean, it's weird though, because it's like the opposite over there, where like the vast majority of English Jews are, you know, vote conservative.
Yeah.
But proportionally, it seems to be way less of them. So I don't know. It's there. It is the one place on earth where I would say that their media is even more insane about philo-Semitism and Zionism than ours is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to beat ours, but they're pretty nuts over there. I don't.
I wouldn't even say Americans are like philo-Semitic. It's more so that the most like anti-Semitic people also just in a weird way believe that like Jews have to be in Israel. I
don't know what else you would call it though.
Yeah,
I mean,
because it's not like a copy of the Talmud in every Korean library or some shit. Like I feel like that's more a firm commitment to the notion that like Jews are magic money people, or the Japanese philo-Semitism.
That's different. That's great. But I mean, like, what do you call it when the only like now functioning part of the Department of Justice's civil rights enforcement arm is for like, you know, Hillel kids who are in Hillel.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, you know, I get it that it is like expressly for Zionist Jews, but I still don't like. What do you call that if not Philo-Semitism?
Yeah.
At least in my opinion, I think it's an identifiable. That's always the thing that like bugged me about the thing people say where they go, well, most Zionists in America are evangelicals, and numerically, yeah, sure. There was always a follow-up where people go, who are anti-Semitic themselves. No, have you ever talked to those people?
No, they do.
They think Jews are like above. Like
No.
they are the only people besides my dad who thought that would read Lord of the Rings and go, the elves are supposed to be Jews. It's the only two
Your
groups
dad-
of people. My
your
dad,
dad
I don't
said-
know why he thought that, but it was him and evangelicals who thought that was true.
But evangelicals are weird because they do think the Jews are the chosen sons of God, but they also will literally say like deeply, like they will say shit that under normal circumstances like the ADL would chirp at you over for sure. Because like have you watched the evangelical Christian Rapture series?
Oh, Left Behind?
Left Behind, yeah.
Yeah, but those are always like...
Because like they're both simultaneously like powerful and secret magic people, but they're also kind of evil.
But those are like... I mean, yeah, I guess. But those are always like... They've kind of like... I guess this isn't so much with evangelicals and it's more mainstream now, but where they go like, oh, there's like base Jews, and then there are like the Jews that like are like depending on the guy, are vote Democrat or want the occupation to stop, like that Sean McGuire guy from Sequoia Capital.
Oh my God!
Like that. I guess in media it's a different story, but I mean like on an interpersonal basis and their broad perception of it. Granted, it has been a while since I've watched Left Behind. Wonderful movies.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic, but it was very like, it was weird because you look at the evildoers, and the evildoers are like Jewish United Nations.
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird though, because it's like, yeah, they'll have in that broadly in that type of media, because I've seen a lot of like evangelical media, like a secular Jew will be a villain, but also like a kind of like a sort of like hick shit kicker Zionist and Israel Jew will be a hero.
Yeah.
I mean, one could argue that they have just become like Likudniks because that's the same thing those people think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I tend to think that like anti-Semitism as like a thing that like structurally impacts people's life, I don't think that's really a facet of their thing that much.
A facet of their what?
Of the American evangelical
Oh yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I just don't think that's a thing at all. Though I don't know. I mean, like my meter for what I find offensive is off, because I think that Dan Fujita book is. I think they should teach that in schools.
What is it? Dan Fujita?
Dan Fujita, doing business the Jewish way.
Oh.
Or whatever the fuck he called that book. If I was on Ron DeSantis' electoral commission, I would be, assigning that in schools. I think it's a great book.
We need to. That's what it is. The real Chinese war must be done the Japanese way, where we reinstate the Jewish protectorate of Manchuria.
Yeah, in that book.
Think about if the Japanese had won. You could have been Chinese automatically.
I mean, I don't like it would be at the cost of someone else, unfortunately. But that is, I think I might have told this on stream that there were a bunch of Jews that like fled Europe in the lead up to World War II, and they wound up in Japanese administered China, and there were like a few thousand of them, and Germany obviously wanted the Japanese to send them back. And the Japanese officer in charge he had some rapport with like a rabbi or something there, and he said, why do they hate you so much? Like, why do these Germans hate you guys so much? And the rabbi, smartest thing anyone's ever done, said, they hate us because we're Asian. Like, he really pulled that one out of his ass. But they made it through.
It worked. What is this? Speaking of China, even RAND, the Pentagon's think tank, now says the U.S. should accept coexistence with China. As I reported this week, the U.S. is hitting real material limits in the Cold War with China and turning its attention to the regime change war in Venezuela. I feel like that's also a continuation of this, though. I suspect that in a nuclear world, it's just going to be a sequence of like endless proxy wars where one world power attacks like a non-nuclear armed nation, and then another nuclear armed nation offers material support.
It's so weird too, because it's like not just a series of proxy wars, but a series of proxy wars between like two powers that are not just like economically intertwined, but like one is the more bellicose one, significantly more bellicose one, is much more dependent on the other than the other is dependent on them. Though there still is like some interdependency. It's so weird. Like that. I forget who said it, but it was some I think diplomat or journalist in China said it's people in China do not understand like the saber rattling for a country where there's such an immense volume of trade.
Yeah.
And economic.
I don't understand it either.
It's insane.
It's like
fucking
if
insane.
30% of your manufactured goods are directly coming from, if 30% of your manufactured goods are directly coming from this quote unquote foreign adversary, like what are you supposed to do? This is the major reason why you can't relitigate the Cold War like you did with the USSR. Like you just can't do it. They trade max way too hard. They've become a prominent and permanent fixture in the global marketplace.
Yeah. It just, I mean, they rightly think it is the most insane thing in the world.
Yeah. It also, I guess like the way I look at it, the way I look at it is like, I say America is like stress testing the limits of xenophobia, or like a reluctance from all of the countries that are under the security umbrella of the United States, like how far they will eat it.
Yeah.
Until they go, okay, maybe we should just, have better relations, or at least try to leverage our relationship with China in the same way that like India is doing, right? Or in the same way that like all these other countries are doing. Even if they're not like completely going to cut ties with America, like what would it take? Like how much, like when Ruta comes in and says Daddy Trump, like I ask this to my European chatters all the time where I'm like, doesn't that just like hurt your soul a little bit? Like you used to be a nation. Like Europe used to dominate. European monarchies used to dominate the entire planet. And now they just have to come and genuflect and kiss the ring of one of the most sloppy, objectively stupid people on the planet.
What do they say?
No, I mean, they hate it, but they're in here, so I don't know. Some people the European liberals will always be like, well, they have to play ball. They know it's stupid, but they have to do it.
I don't get how people are still doing that, because it's like, yeah, if this administration has shown anything, it's great to make a deal with America.
Yeah,
especially
look at South Korea. Look at South Korea when they're like, okay, we'll build facilities. I'm sorry, and then they were like, yeah, we're gonna arrest every engineer. That was one of the most insane things I've ever seen. Like, did the wires get crossed in that situation, or was Stephen Miller like, no, you don't understand. I hate Asians too. Like, it's only white only. It's white only utopia.
It's so weird. I mean, like, you would figure like absolute unmitigated catastrophe for America if even like 5 major member states of the EU, if they responded like Canadians did.
Yeah.
But
I mean, all it would take is for like maybe one or two, I think, major European players to start reconsidering things. Like not Spain, but like, I mean, it would never happen, but like a Germany.
yeah.
If it was Germany, then it's over. But like that would never happen, I don't think.
No, yeah.
Like where is the pan-European supremacist values? Where is it? That's what I don't understand. Because I know all the far right, they are dogs to America.
Oh yeah, no.
They, like every expression of fascism in the countries that literally invented fascism is now the Americanized hot dog McDonald's burger version of fascism.
Is there like in any of these countries? Is there like any like electorally relevant contingent that's like,
Mélenchon is the only one in France, 100%.
Yeah, like you would figure that like that you'd see like a little bit of a repeat of Canada, like a little bit somewhere. I don't know. I don't follow EU electoral politics very closely, if at all. But I'm curious if there's any indications of that.
China released the recommendation for the 15th five-year plan 2 days ago. I think it will be good content to read. The official translation is not out yet. This is a small English bullet point of the plan. What? China said to remain global economic anchor under next. Okay, so they just hold fat. They just hold
All right.
their current approach. Didn't this used to be 15-year plans? Am I crazy? Am I wrong about that? It was always 5-year plans?
You mean with China or like
Yeah,
in
with
general?
China. I thought with China they used to do 15-year plans, and now they're doing 5-year plans. Or was it always 5?
I think you can do both.
It was always 5. Okay.
But like, can't you do both? Like you have a 5-year plan for one type of thing, and then like a 15-year plan for like, something like a broad spanning like infrastructure thing.
Turning to China isn't really a choice for here because they're both big exporters. The U.S. is a big importer. It's like 2 tops and 1 bottom. China's exports to Europe compete with Europe's manufacturing in a way that isn't desirable to them. Sure. But how does India do it then? Like there are countries that do both. And also the European market is a major importer market as well. And I do think that there is a way to leverage that relationship regardless.
I would also just say to that chatter, wait till Turkey's currency reaches its true intrinsic value and replaces the euro and becomes then they will become like the biggest importers in the world.
Yeah. It's going to happen. I believe it. I believe in it. Erdogan.
Yeah, Erdogan, the Turkish lira and the Argentine peso are going to have a huge year, I think. There's still like a month left in the year.
Dude, you heard about the Scott Bessent like friend connection with the bailout, right? One of his homies straight up invested in the Argentinian debt. And is
Paul Singer?
Yeah, and is the reason that like, I mean, I don't know, this is speculation, but like even the Financial Times was reporting on it.
Oh no,
saying that like he is literally the reason why they're getting not 20 but now $40 billion.
Paul Singer has been like long on Argentine debt for like 30 years or some shit. He bought the debt for pennies on a dollar. A long fucking time ago. He was a big Romney 2012 guy because Romney.
He's a big Peronist.
I mean, he must have.
He believed.
I forget who issued the debt, the original debt. I mean, it could be that old, but like he was a big Romney backer, and if Romney won in 2012, he was going to try to do something like this for Singer's benefit. It's really. I mean, we talk a lot about how private equity should be illegal. Absolutely should. But like that strikes me as like an insane thing to be able to do. Not the idea of buying a sovereign nation's debt, but like he bought sovereign debt that Argentina they'd already negotiated some level of forgiveness. They weren't going to pay that full amount. That Singer he had bought all of this for like a small fraction of the original outstanding amount, and that like you can through like decades and decades of lobbying and threats and suing, you can eventually make this other country make you whole on this thing you paid, like again, pennies on the dollar for.
Yeah, but when I buy Iraqi dinar, I get
Yeah.
What the hell?
I mean, like
Republicans, rise up.
what like why is this allowed? Like for a guy to have an investment fund where it's like, oh yeah, by the way, we don't make any money unless we convince the American government to put in whatever amount in the tens of billions into whatever up country I invested in.
Wait,
How is that allowed?
Paul Singer seized an Argentinian Navy ship over their debt? What the fuck?
There's a lot of Paul Singer. Oh, that's like their first Navy ship.
Okay.
yeah.
You made it, bro. You made it seem like they had like a bigger, more modern ship or something.
Hey.
This is not. Oh, they can't see it. I just realized this is the ship, guys.
That is.
It's like the Pepsi.
Yeah.
It's like the Pepsi plant. And, well, even Pepsi got better stuff.
Yeah, Pepsi got much more contemporary shit.
Yeah. Way cooler shit. Dude, you could have had the fighter jet.
Yeah.
Like that one guy who almost had it. He believed.
Well, Argentina had a bunch of they had a bunch of carrier capable fighters, and then they just no more. They couldn't afford to maintain a carrier anymore. There's all these things that are like, if I was born just a decade earlier, I could have gotten in on it.
Yeah.
It is just like, out of all the things that like should be an illegal way to make money, just like international, like this isn't even loan sharking because he's not even loaning money. He's not even like putting that much in.
Yeah, he's putting nothing in.
He's putting basically nothing in, and the only way that it makes money is if like, oh my friend is in government again.
Yeah, even the Gulf nation state that purchased the Chicago meters system gave a decent, like a sizable sum so they can retain the rights for 75 years. Did you know Chicago has to pay whichever Gulf fund, I think it's the Emirati one, that purchased the Chicago meters? The Chicago local government has to pay them if they do street closures.
Oh yeah. No.
It's insane.
Yeah, no. We had a really bad meter deal during the last year of Richard M. Daley's administration. And I to this day, I'm an election truther about Rahm Emanuel's election to the. I really think.
Yeah, he should have won by wider margins.
If there's ever been a fixed election besides Ohio in the 2004 presidential election, besides Florida,
besides 2020, you mean? Where Joe Brandon stole it.
Yeah, no, we no matter what happened, Emanuel was going to get in. But one of Emanuel's selling points was, hey, you may think I'm a piece of shit and not like me, but don't you want me renegotiating the shitty meter deal that everyone hates? The meter deal, we should have seen that as a sign of things to come, because the meter deal, it was not just that it was like we were hemorrhaging money for no reason and privatizing this thing that did not need to be privatized. It also necessitated that you needed to get like this shitty card that like never worked.
It's still shitty.
Yeah, no.
I've parked in the Chicago meters, and you have to get an app now.
Yeah.
They've advanced.
There was nothing wrong with quarters.
Yeah.
Even
some have Apple Pay now.
We used to have something even worse called the Venture Card system for the CTA. This was, I should have known, in like 2008, 2009, Chicago was like, that was the petri dish of democracy for what everything in the world would be like. Everything would become privatized, more expensive, and less reliable, and necessitate like a new type of card and app that you hated.
Oh, by the way, have you seen this thing? Mr. Malone? A private donor gave $130 million to the United States military so they can continue working and get paid. Hold on, where is it? Yeah, and it was Trump backer Timothy Mellon, identified as a donor of the $130 million U.S. troop pay during government shutdown.
That is, what's the mechanism for donating to the U.S. military?
It's illegal, so there is none. Like that's not. This is like quite literally one of the more illegal things that the Trump administration has done. Like this is not like a violation of the Hatch Act style thing that like everyone is over. Everyone just overrides. Like it is a psychotic precedent to set.
Yeah.
But it's also one step closer to like a Metal Gear universe or a cyberpunk one.
Oh, yeah, this is Senator Armstrong.
Yeah, this is like, it's so crazy.
But it's just like, how does that work? Like how? I mean,
like, what does he get out of it? Like, it's just 130, no money. I mean, nothing in return. There's 0% chance there's nothing in return.
Right. But I just like, I'm sure the Army has bank accounts, but do they have like a main checking account? Like, how
he
does this work?
He just sends it to the Pentagon and it just implodes. No one can find it ever again. Also, 130 bones is like, is that much for the, like, how many days can you keep the doors open with 130 million dollars?
I thought that too, because how many active duty enlisted do we have? Like
it's like a million.
Millions.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really not that much when you break it down like that. It's what, like 5 million people?
No, it's 1.5 is what someone was saying in the chat.
Yeah, that's still not good.
Yeah, what are they gonna get? Like what? They can buy a sandwich.
It's
like the aircraft carrier that they're sending to Latin America's like burn rate daily is like 10 million a day, probably, or more than that, I assume. Isn't it?
They could finance like, okay, the F-35 per flight hour.
Yeah, 1.3 million active duty military troops. He doesn't want publicity.
So $100 per.
Yeah.
Give everyone $100. Great.
Yeah.
Thank
it's
you.
like an Amazon voucher.
Yeah.
Yeah. The U.S. military spends $2 billion per day, so 130 million can run it for 1 hour only.
Yeah. An F-35, a flight hour is around $50,000, let's say. In a work week, you had 8 hours, 56 hours. Yeah, he could keep like one squadron of F-35s flying.
Like,
for like
what's really
a week.
frustrating about guys like this is like, if you were to create a tax initiative that required him to pay 130 extra million dollars, he would kill you.
Yeah.
Like he would drone strike. He would hire the Pinkertons to kill you at your house.
If like Ron Wyden was like, okay, everyone, sorry for raising my voice, but I'm gonna raise the marginal tax rate at 0.075% so we can pay for a new Fox conservatory or some bullshit. He would like you would wake up in the middle of the night with the words, Ron Wyden is a pedophile, kill him, flashing in your mind. Like he would invent like a brainwave. He would give you Havana syndrome until someone kidnapped him.
Yeah. I just don't understand. Yeah, like a QAnon guy who's like, "Oh, I just realized he was the one. He was the one I had."
Your message, Mr. Mellon.
Yeah, they would find another. Yeah, they would find another. What's his face? The one that shot Trump's ear.
Yeah. Another Thomas Crooks. Yeah.
Another Thomas Crooks. Indecipherable politics. We found this guy with no social media footprint, and he was a real Graham Plattner situation.
Yeah. We found this guy who donated to Jim Webb in 2016, even though he was 9 years old. Paul Nealon. He volunteered for Paul Nealon in Wisconsin.
and he just happened to be the guy who assassinated Ron Wyden.
Yeah.
Oh man. See, that's like that's where the intelligence community is at its best. They know their guys. They got their guys.
The Crooks thing is so weird to me because I don't think it's weird for someone to not really have a footprint, or at least not to have like an account with photos of themselves on it, right?
Yeah.
I think that there are a lot of conspiracy guys who make videos I like, but they often, especially younger people, fall on this a lot where they're like, oh, what are the odds that it's someone who doesn't have pictures of themselves on there? So it's
Or
like
no, my favorite
pretty
was
good.
he was in like one of those like BlackRock commercials or something. Have you
Oh
ever seen that?
yeah.
Where they're like, what is happening? Yeah, dude, BlackRock activated him.
I get like
But they released the clues early on ahead of time.
I am so like there are some days where I wake up and I'm like, yeah, it was totally staged just because I want to say that day. But what the evidence I do have about Thomas Crooks, it is the stuff he did in his alleged life. It is like authentic stupid guy stuff.
For me, yeah.
You know, like just a confused dummy. I think like I said this recently, but you know what the number one mark of an idiot is? A true American stupid. And you're going to see Graham Plattner do this. And this is why I'm not sure about Thomas Crooks. The number one thing that a stupid does in America is rent cars for no reason. There's a year till the primary. Graham Plattner, he's going to spend $10 million renting cars for no reason. I've known all types of stupid, idiot families all over. This is something everyone always did.
He's gonna rent a bunch of cars.
Yeah, and the fact that Thomas Crooks didn't rent cars, that's the only thing that makes me think, maybe he was a made-up guy. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a hit.
Yeah,
Dude, I was talking to this journalist who was profiling me, and she didn't even realize that like the Charlie Kirk was killed by Israel thing is so poppin' amongst the normies.
yeah.
Like such a very significant chunk of Americans genuinely believe Israel assassinated Charlie Kirk.
Yeah. It's like, what do you think about that? Because I've heard theories that like basically that Netanyahu knew what it looks like to like basically do the King Von thing of like, actually me and Duck made up behind the scenes. Like that he knew that it makes him look incredibly culpable, and he did it to like make people more insane or something.
No.
I think I don't know.
I don't know why he just kept saying over and over again, I did not kill Charlie Kirk. It was
very
are they
odd.
that maybe they dropped the ball that much on propaganda after the past 40 years of guardrails that they had, that they just literally could not comprehend that the last remaining block of like loyal Israel fans could potentially turn on them because they killed Trump's favorite podcaster who he doesn't even give a shit about really.
Like so the rationale they give for Israel killing Charlie Kirk, the more like straightforward explanation I've heard is he was turning on Israel, when in reality it was just like okay, like my job is to connect with like youngish voters, and this is the thing that all young voters hate. And the idea that he was having like a come to Jesus moment is hysterical.
It's particularly annoying because I was about to debate him on this issue. Like I was literally, that was my main point of like, okay, you say America first, like, but look at what Trump is doing with Israel, and that your fans also don't with Israel any longer. How do you square that circle was going to be my primary argument. And the fact that people were like, no, you don't understand. Like the guy who said Muslims are a sword to the neck of America. Islam is a sword to the neck of America last week, and was making like gays will get thrown off roofs jokes about Hamas. But I guess there's no more roofs anymore in Gaza.
Literally,
like that guy was
laughing
actually
laughing at images of like the site of the worst mass killing of the last like 20 years.
Yeah, like that guy was any day now. He's gonna turn. I mean, I didn't say too much because why look a gift horse in the mouth, right? Everyone. They couldn't even do messaging discipline on the Trantifa stuff.
Right.
Because of the Israel thing and because of Kash Patel being such a incompetent moron. So I was like, I'm not going to lean into this too much. Let's take a look at what Candace has to say today.
That was... So, okay. Do you know the messages that got put out where he's like, I can't believe this. They're gonna not give me $2 million because I'm going to have Tucker there.
Yeah.
And those were confirmed as real, by the way. But those messages were so funny to me because it was like, it's such a good like Rorschach test for people who are just like predisposed towards either deciding that they liked him seconds after his death or are running with this like kind of like Trump is trying to make America great, but Israel, his enemy, is stopping them.
Yeah.
For those people, it was like, look, he was turning against them. When in reality, it's like, this is the most like morally compromised scumbag. He's exactly as much of a scumbag as the guy threatening to withhold $2 million from him.
Dude,
they're both gigantic,
I know.
like fucking
I cannot.
the most transactional, immoral people.
I cannot understand how, those private correspondences do not reveal a public anti-Israel turn at all.
Yeah.
Because Charlie had hammered on the Epstein stuff as well. Also, another Israeli connected conversation there, and we know exactly what happened when he got the boss call. He said it. He was like, I'm done talking about the Epstein stuff.
Yeah.
Like he just straight up said it. So obviously it doesn't matter what his personal opinions were. And I don't even think his personal opinions were anti-Israel at all. I think he was just annoyed at how arrogant and entitled every like ultra Zionist donor is.
Yeah.
When they're like, what do you mean you're going to have Tucker Carlson on your a podium? That you can't do that. We're giving you money. Don't you remember, who your daddy is? Like that's it. It's like Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton talking about how Benjamin Netanyahu is a piece of shit, saying who the f do you think the superpower is here, and then also gladly doing everything for Israel.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like if you have a like deeply held principle, it's not like, oh, can you believe they're making me violate this for $2 million?
Yeah.
Then that's not a very deeply held principle.
Yeah. It's not. He only had Tucker Carlson on because he recognized that Tucker Carlson was a populist force, and he also recognized that like in order to keep this coalition together, you have to at least like allow people to let out their frustrations about Israel to a certain degree.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I still though. I mean, like back to the just how weird Israel was after that. I mean, like, the simplest explanation, right, is Netanyahu is what, like 79?
Yeah, he looks very young for his age.
I mean, I think he's a proponent of the William Shatner system.
He's adrenochrome. He's got
well, yeah.
He's got the untapped adrenochrome.
No, I think he does the Shatner thing of, well, obviously adrenochrome, obviously filler, but also gaining like 7 pounds every year you age past 75.
Oh yeah, you fill in the wrinkles.
That's a great trick.
That
That's
is
a
actually good.
genius
You're right.
trick. Shatner was like 109 years old on Boston Legal. He didn't look a day over 62.
That's actually smart. I never thought about that.
It's a good move.
Yeah. You got the Shlomo Borowitz call? What does that mean? I don't know what that is.
I hope there isn't a real guy named Shlomo Borowitz.
Probably
I would tell him
is.
to change his
there's
name. There's Shlomo Vile.
Yeah, there's Shlomo Vile.
Or Vile Shlomo.
My goat.
Vile Shlomo is worse because it's like a Bloodborne boss. No, I fought Vile Shlomo before the Blood Moon.
The Japanese would never do that.
No.
They would never commit such an egregious act of anti-Semitism.
I wonder if there's like a secret like good ending to Bloodborne where you like convert to Judaism. Maybe.
Yeah, Tony DeCoppel. Yeah. But Timothy Mellon has purchased the American military. That's awesome for approximately an hour.
An hour of operation. Can you believe like the Mellons they've been doing this since like the beginning.
Yeah.
Like can you there are some families that have like they've been trucking forever. Yeah, I almost like I love finance history. I think it's really interesting. I like all those Ron Chernow books, like the Warburgs and shit. I wish there was less like kooky stuff about the Rothschilds, because like the real history is actually really interesting. Is it like the idea of they've been doing this for like 500 years, but the Mellons, they have pretty much been paying for the 1 hour of military operation since like the dawn of America.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's look at this. The Pentagon receives a $130 million donation.
Down,
Maybe
heading
it'll explain it a
into
little
day
bit better.
25, there's
While I
no
go pee.
end to
You can pause it if
finding
you want.
a stalemate. In the meantime, the impact is being felt in a growing number of ways, including by those who rely on extra help to make ends meet. Erica Brown has more details from Capitol Hill.
In Southern California, the National Guard is lending a hand at food banks as the government shutdown threatens to delay benefits for families in need.
With the government shutdown, we expect to see a delay in food benefits to over 5 million Californians. And that...
All right, I'm sorry. I've gone back to watching SVU again. This is not the culprit in an SVU, but this is like, I would say Guy Who Finds the Body. Like season 14 about, like he's having a conversation with like a 14-year-old like shitty kid who's like, I don't want to volunteer, it's stupid. And this guy's like, come on, Timothy, if you volunteer, your dad will let you play Xbox. And then they wander into a bloody corpse, and then credits, and then it's this guy talking to Benson, and Benson going, well, that's the most decapitated mom I've ever seen, He really looks like a good Samaritan, is what I'm saying.
Food that families and kids rely on and resources that they need.
With the stalemate now in its fourth week, the impact on Americans is growing.
The shutdown.
Flights get canceled. Takes a while to get through TSA. It's kind of stressful.
Staffing shortages among air traffic controllers during the ongoing funding standoff here on Capitol Hill has caused flight delays and some cancellations at airports nationwide.
They're great American patriots who come to work every single day knowing
looks like
that they
he
don't
wants
have
to
a
kill
paycheck.
himself. He looks
into
miserable.
the bank account,
that
even
has
though
to be the
they're
most
providing
yelled at man
critical
in America
services.
right now, right?
Yeah.
Duffy. Like, he is. You thought Pete looked miserable.
Another reality TV guy.
Oh, that's right. He was on The Real World.
Bro, isn't it? Dude, what the is this admin, man? It is kind of crazy. It's just,
To the
I don't
American
know.
economy.
Aren't there multiple Real World alumni?
In the admin, I don't know. But it's just, they're all like TV guys. Every single one of them. Maryland is a pro drilling guy. And recent expansion of oil exploration at Anwar is likely due to his part in his influence. Beyond that, Mellon is the primary force behind the left-right convergence strategy that brought us RFK Tulsi Trump axis, which is aligned with Russia. What?
Well, whatever. We're doing Anwar. Trump he's Brandon, but he's also a shrub. No one has ever been a group composed of more Brandon. And
Wait,
more
Mellon
shrub.
is obsessed with Amelia Earhart? No.
Okay.
Wait. I know someone.
Okay.
I know a major donor is the reason why the Amelia Earhart files
Makes
were
sense.
released, but I didn't realize it was Mellon. I thought it was like her family or something. I thought it was her family.
Does Amelia Earhart, like, is her family still, like, ticking?
I don't know. I just assumed that I assumed that absolutely zero people would give a shit about Amelia Earhart other than her extended family.
Timothy Melton probably dated her.
Yeah.
This makes so much sense. Like George Conway, easy to make fun of, right? But he's not. I don't consider him like a crazy liar. Like I don't see him as like a Lev Parnas type.
Right, he funded an expedition to find Amelia Earhart's plane. Mods banned him for pushing crazy theories about it. Then he sued. He's a poster. He wrote hundreds of posts over many months, some with annotated screenshots of the ocean floor, where he claimed to see the airplane wreckage, personal effects, and eventually bodies. Others tried to explain that he was only seeing rocks and coral, but Mr. Millen insisted he could discern items he had missed: a banjo, a severed hand. Even a severed hand? Amelia Earhart's severed hand.
Like it would still be that, like it would be at the bottom of the ocean, perfectly preserved after 75 years.
Yeah.
Where was he banned from?
It was apparent, he said, that the heads of Earhart and her navigator were encased in cellophane bags connected by a hose to a nitrogen tank, and they had committed suicide. Mr. Gillespie, fielding complaints from members about Mr. Mellon's outlandish ideas, eventually limited his forum privileges. Mr. Mellon sued, claiming his $1 million gift had been unnecessary because the expedition team had already had video evidence of Earhart's plane, but did not act on it.
Wait, what forum?
I need to know what
was this
forum.
an Amelia Earhart forum?
Let's see.
Yep.
An online forum for Amelia Earhart researchers. What? That's a thing?
Yeah, I mean, there used to be all types of forums. You know, between doing this and doing Foxcatcher, this isn't as bad. I guess.
Oh my God. Amelia Earhart does numbers in conspiracy circuits. Why?
Yeah, can I just take it? Amelia Earhart type mysteries, my least favorite type of mystery. I get recommended a lot of like the scariest murders ever type videos, and I love them. But this is the kind I hate. Oh my, what happened to her? I don't know. She crashed into the ocean?
Yeah, like what?
I hate that when people are like, 10 hikers that no one knows what happened to them. Oh, you mean like the mysterious thing that never happens? Like a hiker getting attacked by a bear or something?
Yeah.
Running out of water? Seems like a pretty unsolved mystery to me.
Oh, did you see this? The White House events timeline? I kind of like it, but also it's just so... Like, these are all... It annoys me because the people that are putting this stuff together are LARPing. Like, this is not... They're not real. Like, these are people with, like, Yale. They graduated from Yale. They went to Harvard. You know what I mean? They're libtards. And they're trying to be, like... They're trying to do stuff that would be appealing to the masses, to the MAGA base.
I think it's all one guy that... You know the guy who runs the White House account?
Oh, the Asian guy, Stephen Chung?
Oh, no, not him.
That's my favorite. Have you seen him?
He looks awesome.
He's so sick.
That was when I was at my fattest. I looked like
dude.
Stephen
He
Chung.
is so like perfectly triangular. Like I don't know. Like his body just keeps expanding.
Oh no, he's.
It's awesome. I love him. He looks like one of the fish in SpongeBob.
Think about like how resilient you have to be to like look like that and then like work directly under Trump.
Yeah.
Because
he must be a
letting
performer.
you know. He's letting you know.
Because he always he has the rotund fat underbelly.
Yeah.
And you can't like stuff your shirt into your pants. And then his legs are like weirdly skinny in the way that it looks. So you know like I imagine him like walking in and it's like you can see his undershirt just is like protruding from his like shirt that he tried to tuck in haphazardly and it didn't take the whole way and Trump looks at him and was like disgusting.
He had the exact type of body that you can only get through like severe just being completely inert for years at a time.
Yes, this is what he looks like. Exactly. He's so perfect.
I was talking about Kalen Dorr, though.
Oh, I don't know that. His face looks the same upside down. What the? Who thought of that? That's crazy.
I mean, they're right. Kalen Dorr, though, he's sort of like a BuzzFeed. He's like, if BuzzFeed Benny is Qui-Gon Jinn, he's the Obi-Wan, I would say.
I don't know who that one is. You know who I love, though? There's another crazy freak. He's like Laura Loomer's second in command. He just looks like sickly. He looks diseased and so skinny. He kind of looks like a busted what's his name? The guy from the How Do You Do Fellow Kids meme.
Oh, Buscemi?
Yeah, he looks like a busted Steve Buscemi.
Wait, it's not Gateway Pundit, is it?
Or is he not? Is he not Laura Loomer's guy? I think.
I know Laura Loomer used to work for Gateway Pundit.
It could be. It could be a Gateway Pundit guy.
Pundit is like old though.
Yeah, they got washed because like they were too ahead of the game.
Yeah, Gateway Pundit was one of the first guys to get banned from like everywhere.
Yeah,
and he's also like one of the funniest jokes I've ever read. He was a big T-Cut guy, and his bio was so funny. It was like, heart attack survivor, melanoma, blind in one eye, hit by, a tree fell on me. And I forget who said it. I think it was Dan Sullivan said, God has been trying to kill this guy, and he's just ignoring the hints.
Oh, this is the guy, Charles Downs.
Oh, yeah. No, I know who this is.
He's like,
yeah.
He is so strange looking.
How's it going, everyone?
And he sounds so weird.
How's it going, everyone?
And it's like, I feel like he doesn't like walk. He just kind of like, he does that like Russian dance maneuver where they just like glide. I feel like he just glides everywhere. He's like,
the moment that like Loomer leaves his office, it's like, okay,
Yeah, Loomer Unleashed. See, yeah, holding globalists accountable. Loomer Unleashed. Also, what do you mean holding globalists accountable and then at Loomer Unleashed? Yeah. Isn't like when they said globalists, they meant Jews, right? Like I thought that's what it was.
That
is
the
like
funniest thing of like Loomer trying to thread that needle. Like, do you remember when her like being elevated to like real person status is so funny to me?
Yeah.
She used to be like the most widely like mocked woman in existence.
Yeah, no, she won.
Other right-wing people hated her. But Charles Downs is like a real skinwalker.
Well, the media's gonna act like there was some major anti-Trump protest.
No, it's fucking. Ugh.
Well,
could you do sign language or something, Charles? Jesus.
No, I've never seen someone so hurt. Like everything about it looks wrong, man. You sound wrong, you look wrong. But yeah, no.
This is how I feel like I sound when I message someone first on like Ryan or something.
Hey, how's it going?
So yeah, he's.
Yeah, he does. He E33 Lune glides everywhere. That's what it is. He's gliding.
Buses,
Look,
like right behind. That will show that a lot of the anti-Trump protesters in D.C. were literally busted. It's really funny.
Does he have like lockjaw?
I don't know why. Okay, was I wrong when I say he looks like a busted Steve Buscemi though? He's punished Buscemi.
He's like, what the is going on here?
I don't know. It's like, don't these guys have so much money that they can like, I don't know, hire better people for this job? But I guess like the more television ready version of this is just like the Xavier guy.
Yeah.
Who's like so flashy.
I love him. He's so funny.
And that's the T. That's the T on Israel, sis.
Israel is cunty, y'all.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
I love that.
We in the Knesset, hunty. He's what a goofball.
Oh.
Like he said some of the worst things I've ever heard, but I can never like. He's just such a throwback, to like 2016 Trump when it's like, we have all the cool gay guys.
Yeah.
We're actually the gayer party.
They were, though. They really were. Trump.
Yeah.
People forget Donald Trump literally was pro-trans.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Yeah, he was pro-trans in 2016. It's so crazy. It feels like a lifetime ago.
That was one of the things that Ken Cuccinelli, like, hated about him. before Ken Cuccinelli ended up working for his fucking DHS.
I mean, pure domination, utter domination on every aspect. Oh, speaking of domination, 88-year-old Congresswoman Eleanor Holmes Norton is suffering from dementia, says police report filed after she was allegedly scammed out of $4,400.
Oh my God. Like, is Virginia Fox, that's the one who, like, she leaves urine stains everywhere?
What?
Have you ever? No, this is a real thing with like very old people. Very old.
That's crazy.
Very old people, and I'm talking like past 90, sometimes past 95. They like
They let a little bit of it out.
Yeah, well,
everywhere they go.
I mean, when we say things break down in the body, like they literally like they cannot hold. They either can't hold urine in, or they'll fall to the floor and not be able to get up. They won't be able to make it to the bathroom. Like, living past like a certain point is like torture. And apparently Virginia Fox, I think she's one of those 90-year-olds. Her office just stinks like urine, they say. Which that's not surprising. You need full-time care.
Maybe she has a piss kink.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I thought we were past that, Felix. We were not.
That's
a fetish, sweetie.
I always like to. My favorite thing to gross people out was when I would say that Dianne Feinstein that she made a sex tape with John Morant.
With John Morant.
Yeah. I don't know why John Morant. It was just like the idea of those two. Like, how would they meet? It was just so funny to me. But maybe it was
a meet cute.
She's passed on, and now so John Morant is now dating Virginia Fox. They're doing piss play.
Yeah.
I hope John Morant never finds out I said that. That would be awful.
Oh, you up. This is how he finds out. Ay.
What if I just accidentally guessed right? It's like, how did you know?
When I see stuff like this, I'm like, who cares about like the Grant Plattner stuff? Yeah, it's ridiculous, but also like this is also ridiculous.
Yeah.
And this is a direct vote, pro-Israel vote usually every single time.
It's like, how do like none of the staffers, like none of them are willing to come out and be like, hey, so we're doing something really up that I don't feel right about. Like none of them do that.
Well, they are Democrat Party staffers, so.
But all of them do that. Like Virginia Fox is a Republican. Like they all do it. That is one of the reasons I am in favor of anyone who abuses their staffers. I endorse Katie Porter.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Did you read that thing about how she like attacked her husband?
Dumped mashed potato, boiled mashed potatoes on her husband's head.
When I read that, it was like, what are you, the Lockhorns?
I don't understand like why. I don't understand what happened there. Like why is she like that? I just don't get it. I also will say I would fully endorse her and not give a shit about any of that if she was like pro Medicare for all, fuck Israel.
Oh, yeah.
I don't give a fuck about none of that.
No.
If she came out and was like beating the doors off of her staffers,
No.
but then also was like, and this is how I want to deal with Israel, I'd be like,
Yeah.
go right ahead, ma'am.
I really do not care what happens to congressional staffers. I really, like, short of, like, Fetterman trying to kill them in a car accident, I don't think you should do that. Mm-hmm. But I really, like, I have met a lot of those people. Some of them are nice. The ones that are nice usually don't end up working for Katie Porter's. But even then, it's like, what the there were people trying to do a union drive for, like, like congressional staff at one point, and it was like, what are we doing here? Next, we're going to unionize SEAL Team 6.
Well, they don't need it. They got Mellon. They got Mellon backing them up. Mellon's on it. Dude, who wouldn't want to be Big Boss? Think about it. You get to be Big Boss for an hour. You get to be Big Boss for the day.
How much did you build out Mother Base in Phantom Pen?
Oh, not that much.
My last go around, I ended up like going full obsessive like I did with it a few years back. I bought every FOB I could, almost totally maxed it out. I think the economy in the game is like off whack, but like let's in 1984, how much would it cost to like operate Mother Base for a year with like 2 FOBs? I think
it probably would be at least a bill.
In 1984?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, no, more. I mean, it's definitely more than 130 million.
I honestly think in 1984 you could do it for 130 million.
Really?
If it's already like built, yeah.
What was the entire military's cost in 1984?
A lot, but like not
what it is now, but
probably like a small fraction of what I would. It's been a long time since I read that Jim Wright book, and that one takes place in the late 80s. So, I'm gonna go 200. 200 for 1984.
Hold on, Noah's texting me. Oh man. 800 billion, 239 billion.
Knew it. I'm going to the bathroom real quick.
Curious Adam isn't here, hiding since he told Cuomo about you. Yo, that's why Cuomo's constantly up my ass, bro. That's the millennial Jon Stewart is trying to take out the millennial Joe Rogan, the Joe Rogan of the left. That's what it is. It's turf war. He keeps getting good media placements, and he hates that when the spotlight is on me. That's what it is. My dog in the fight, Zohran Mamdani, restoring the Islamic Caliphate, making New York the capital. His dog in the fight is losing. Think about it. He had Chris Murphy on a show. Wonder why he still hasn't. You know, Adam still hasn't endorsed Zohran. I didn't even realize. I'm gonna text him right now. That's crazy. I didn't even think about that. You still haven't endorsed Zohran. His endorsement would be a real game changer. Yeah, he's waiting for Schumer. He's waiting. Oh my God, he's after Hakeem. No matter what happens. No matter what happens, he will always be past Hakeem Jeffries' endorsement. Think about that. Waiting for the boss call from Chuck. Cool Adam got Chris Murphy on for an hour. What senator have you got on for more than 15 minutes? You're watched Cool Adam Rises. I'm pretty sure I could get Chris Murphy for as long as I want to have him on my show. You'll gather at a show after canvassing the day before the primary and still didn't endorse. That's true. He can't hide it anymore. Honestly, Zoran could do a double appearance with you on CNN or something and you could tackle the Islamophobia thing together. Yeah, you're crazy. 79.4K one day. Early day voting is 4X as 2021 for day one. 79,000 day one, 15,000 last election. This spry young lady definitely doesn't look like she pisses herself. That's why I said it's a piss kink. Yeah, it's not incontinence, it's piss kink. I'm telling you what it is. Female version of cash. Latest delusion dropped in New York City. Oh, this was awesome. This is a I gotta wait for Felix on this one. I saw this. Yeah, but it would hit the lines Cuomo put forward twice. Oh, he said he did. On your show, dumbass. Wait, that doesn't count. That's what he's saying. Adam is saying he endorsed him on my show.
He endorsed Zoran or Cuomo?
I said, you still haven't endorsed Zoran. He sent me a question mark. I said, wait, have you? He said, I did. I said, oh, on your show, dumbass. I said, wait, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. That's like that.
Well, I mean, like for him, you know, like he endorsed Cuomo on Newsnight.
I'm telling you, he's not. He's. I think he's waiting for the boss call from Chuck Schumer, and no matter what happens, he will be a later endorsement than Hakeem Jeffries. He did on Twitter. That doesn't count either. That does not count either. Felix took this thread seriously. Oh, the anti-Semitism. Red handprints and footprints can have anti-Semitic connotations. Bit of an odd ongoing situation on the Upper West Side. People keep emailing that a popular bar has been defaced with anti-Semitic graffiti, but the business has repeatedly clarified it's just their Halloween decorations.
Well, if this guy's joking, it's a great gag. I don't think I fell for anything. That's the thing about posting a seal photo. You can't prove that I either fell for it or didn't fall for it. I just posted Kroshik at his laptop.
Did you see this one? Oh, he was gay? What is this? Oh, Charlie Kirk, 2018 was such a ride.
Them talking about Monster?
Yeah, Charlie went from knowing the difference between Jay-Z and Kanye to texting me like this on his daily runs. Everyone in politics was fake and gay, but at least we had hip-hop. Oh my God, Nicki's verse on that is the best. First thing first, I eat your brains. Yes. Oh my God, this makes me so happy. Sasquatch, Godzilla, King Kong, Loch Ness, Goblin, Ghoul, a zombie with no conscience. When Nicki drops, I lose my mind. What?
Did you have the same reaction I did when you saw that like photo collage? That made me sadder than anything.
Oh yes, that
really made me sad.
That was the only Candace Owens was the only person who truly mourned Charlie Kirk.
Oh my God,
more than even Erica Kirk.
Yeah,
like it was the craziest thing I've ever seen. It was like very clearly like they had a friendship.
They really did.
They had a real work-wife situation, I think.
They like, do you know how rare it is for people in Con Inc. to like become friends? Like they really like, enjoyed each other's company.
He's hitting the sassy non-binary emoji too.
Why is he using that?
And it's like, and it's like melanated too. It's not even like the white one.
Yeah.
Like who is that? Who is that supposed to be? Is that him? Is that them? What's happening?
Combined. Like the pictures where he's like sticking his
That emoji was a little dark. Who was he feeling like? No, really.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Like, why did he choose that one? Because you pressed on it hard, and you purposely selected that one.
I've seen thousands of images of Charlie Kirk and videos. I've never seen him look as happy as he does, as happy and comfortable as he does in those pictures of
Candace Owens when he's like when they're queening out. No, but it's like, well, there was one, I saw someone quote retweet this with like him reacting to Brat. And it's funny because it's like him reacting to Brat is like, you can kind of tell like he gets it, but then he has to like turn it back on.
Yeah.
But it's just, that's gotta be the shittiest life to lead, man.
Yeah. I don't even think he was gay.
No,
I don't think he was gay. He was just like a queenie straight guy.
Yeah. No, I wasn't implying he was gay at all. I'm just saying I'm just saying that like, you can't even enjoy shit.
Oh yeah,
because of the audience expectation. Like, the audience capture is so severe. Yeah, you can't tell me he wasn't gagging. Yeah, he's like
choking it down. Oh, I hate this.
God.
Oh no,
it's like Ned. It's like Ned Flanders. No.
I wish I was listening to Five Finger Death Punch. I hate this.
Yeah, no, jelly roll. Put jelly roll on. Wash this down real quick.
He closes his eyes. He's like, "Remember, Charlie, you're on air."
Okay, let's play cut 46.
Oh man, what
You can see the light come on for a brief moment, and he's just like, man, I wish I could just like dance to this.
Him and conservative politics ruined their life. Both of them. Him and Candace, they were supposed to work together in like a real estate firm. They were supposed to be real estate agents.
Yeah, work wife.
Yeah. They were supposed to be real estate agents together. Charlie is like the friend at work that Candace's husband like thinks might be gay, but isn't quite sure. But there actually isn't anything going on. They're just really good friends. They queen out together. They would have never talked about like the death tax, all this shit.
Yeah. Or how scared he is when he sees a black pilot.
Yeah.
Like, that's not, you're not a real person, brother. I'm sorry. Like, that's not, I don't know. I'm sure there's some people who are that racist, but like, when I hear stuff like that, I'm like, this has to be a lie.
Yeah.
Like, are you a child? Like, do you have a child's brain where you're like, oh, yeah, when I see a black pilot, come on, who amongst us?
When you see a black pilot,
who amongst us is go, oh, I hope the plane doesn't fall down.
After you see a black pilot, like, how much are you so afraid that you need to take like an hour before you can listen to Monster again?
Yeah.
Like what is the time gap between those two activities?
Yeah, it's so ridiculous.
God.
This is making me sad. Why couldn't it have been Crowder? At least he was always in several.
Yeah. No, I mean, I condemn.
No, I mean
anything bad that has happened to anyone.
Yes,
ever.
yes. I do too.
But Charlie would never poison anyone with dog medicine.
That's true.
There's no accusations of him saying.
Oh, you saw this? Dude, God, Curtis Lewa, man. He is. I saw someone was saying like he's like the perfect like puppet oppositional leader. Like that's the guy.
Oh yeah.
In the one party system, in the one party socialist communist system that we design in America, Curtis Lewa can be the puppet Republican leadership.
Well, my preferred guy for that role has always been Clay Higgins.
Oh yes,
I love Clay Higgins, but Curtis is like
he can be there.
He's
too.
just like a bit more likable than he
can be there. They can infight. So that they don't actually build a robust movement ever.
That's a perfect infight because Clay Higgins is more of like the rural shit kicker type, and he's like the urban Republican.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
They both want to brutalize minorities.
Yeah, the Clay Higgins video at Auschwitz is
the best,
the funniest video ever.
This is why we need to fund the Department of Homeland Security.
I love when it just starts in his stupid big ass head, and he's like. Could be train tracks anywhere, but these ones at Auschwitz. It's like, what a stupid thought. Like, oh, I bet you think these are normal train tracks not leading to a death camp. Well, you'd be wrong.
Yeah, he's so dope. Curtis Lewa, hello Hasan. There's a non-zero chance that this is actually like this could be him.
I could see. I mean, like, his wife is an elder millennial. I think she's like fairly tapped in,
bro. Have you seen this was like supposed to be this big banger opera?
Oh yeah.
Where it turns out his wife was like calling Israelis animals for bombing civilians.
Yeah, one of those like really pathetic like fourth rate Hezbollah guys was hyping that up, and it was like, this is it.
Yeah, it was that she posted. I mean, it was shocking because she did post a Noam Chomsky video talking about how it was the apartheid on like October 11, 2023.
Yeah.
Which is kind of boss mode when you think about it. Because like there is no one even remote, like a Democrat politician, no matter how progressive they are, if they had a significant other post that, they would have had to sacrifice their husband or wife.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They would have to be like, I'm sorry, I have to kill you.
We're doing internal exile. I forget what the deal with this wife is. One of his wives, I think the one before this one, I saw her this was like a big clip on the Ron Paul internet many years ago of Ron Paul on the Morton Downey Jr. show arguing against the war on drugs. And he's arguing against like I think his first or second wife. And she's obviously like, no, we got to clean up all the drugs because it's in like 1988. She, in that episode, some like fat guy starts yelling at Ron Paul. And he's like, I don't see why we have to give up. And Ron Paul goes, well, you're pretty fat. What if the government told you to stop eating? The crowd just boos him. But that wife was like more normal Republican when he was at like the peak of his fame. I don't know where he found this one. Does anyone ever explain their what circumstances they met under?
Who? Curtis Lewa and his latest wife?
Yeah.
Because his former wife, because I don't know if his current wife is Jewish, but his former wife was, and he used to talk about that when there were some anti-Semitism allegations coming his way as well for saying that like Hasidic Jews should learn how to read and write.
We all kind of think that.
That's like one of the only. Yeah. He is one of the only figures in New York politics that I've actually heard say those words.
Yeah, people get so mad at you when you're like, I think this is like up to do to children. One guy yelled at me and Brace for like being kind of glib about it. This was during 2020, so I might have said something crazy and I just don't remember.
It was also peak woke though.
I did get yelled.
2020 is peak woke.
One of the biggest me getting yelled at episodes ever was me making fun of the we have to address anti-Semitism on the left thing in like 2019. But we were me and Brace were talking about once, and one of these guys who is just really into that type of identity politics were like, oh yeah, well, you know why they are illiterate and dress so stupidly? Because they experienced the Holocaust. And it's like, yep, they're the only ones. Yeah, you got it, man. I just like every other religious group of people who can like take part in the secular world. Like, I'm not religious, but there are Mormons who they don't drink soda, they don't want to outlaw soda. But they think that the guys who like went to Mexico so they could marry a bunch of 14-year-olds, they think those guys are...
Mitt Romney's dad, yeah. George Romney.
They think those guys are crazy. They'll say it. They're millions and millions.
Or like even the Amish.
Yeah. Or like every group is like, yeah, I think this extremely like cloistered, insanely hierarchical child abuse fucking ring is bad. I think that children should be taught how to read, etc., etc. Why is this the only one where it's like I'm an asshole for saying it? I mean, I guess they all have their defenders, but this is the only one where it's like you are like invalidating the Holocaust if you say this. How am I doing that?
I would rather people do that for that than to be like, no, Israel gets to be an apartheid state.
But between the two.
Yeah. If there were the two options, I'd be like, okay, you can have this. This is fine.
Yeah.
The other is ridiculous. Even more ridiculous.
I think if you're... I don't think like that the federal government should go in there and like be like, oh, they like here, wear normal clothes, like make them like, put on FUBU jerseys at gunpoint. I don't think that. I don't even think...
I'm trying to imagine what that would look like.
It would be like the Elian Gonzalez photo, but he's like holding a FUBU jersey. It's like, put this on. I don't know why they're doing that. I don't know why they chose FUBU, but they did. It's the Plattner administration.
It's like the big, it's the Plattner. Yeah, we found out that Totenkopf was real. He knew what it was actually. But he has a very specific type of anti-Semitic tendency.
We're going to a new camp I invented called the Fat Farm.
Yeah, he's like, no, we got to make the Jews have drip.
Drip from 40 years ago.
Yeah, Echo Unlimited.
Yeah, making all the, like if you're a rabbi, you get to wear a Davucci jacket. All this bullshit from like 1999.
Yeah, you can keep the hats. Those are cool. Yeah. I want one too for myself.
One of my best friends in high school, he had a Davucci jacket. And this is the funniest jacket I've ever seen in my entire life. It had the last scene of Scarface sewed into the back.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was so fun.
Bro, I
God.
had the Echo Unlimited like dragon that just like crawled out of my ass. That's the one I had. I love those pants, man. They were so cool. And I was doing this in Turkey, mind you, where there's no black culture was coming to Turkey, I would say like 10 years after the fact at that time. You know, this is when I was growing up, we still didn't get like the Harry Potter movies immediately on release in the theaters at the same time back in the day.
So there was like no subculture for it at all?
Not really, no. Like not even a little bit. I wore a Nelly Band-Aid under my eye one time to school, and people thought I was like hiding an acne or something. And then I took it quietly, I took it off, and I never wore it again.
Like
I was a real trendsetter. They just didn't know. I was too ahead of the game.
I was always on the verge of making choices like that, and I would either like get too anxious or like the worst thing that maybe has ever happened in my life or anyone's life. I was like 14, and I was looking on eBay for like to like, you know how like all like Jeezy and like the game, they would have like big like diamond earrings, and, like chains and shit.
Oh god.
I was like looking for those on eBay, and my mom like came into my room right as I had like, you know, 4 windows of those open.
That's when you have to tab into a porn site to be like, this is better.
I would have so much rather been looking at porn. It was so embarrassing.
No, I'm looking at porn. I'm sorry. I swear.
Oh my god, I would have given anything for her to see that. It was so humiliating. And she was like, "What the are you?" She didn't say it like that, but it was kind of, that's how it felt. And I was like, nothing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. I'm glad that I wasn't a more confident person back then, because there would be some terrible photos of me out there.
No, but that's the thing. Like, I had that confidence, and then it got, you know, beaten out of me by being in Turkey, and it wasn't even like they knew what I was trying to do. They were just like so confused by it.
Like, what the is that?
So then for years I couldn't even wear like sunglasses because I thought I was so anxious that people would be like, "Why are you wearing sunglasses or a hat?" That's how nervous I was. Like, who the is gonna look at you and think that's so weird that you're wearing sunglasses? But I was thinking that in my head. I was like, "Oh God."
Yeah, I mean there's like the overconfidence and obliviousness of youth, but like the other spectrum where it manifests the exact same way is like spotlight syndrome, where you think everyone is looking at you at every moment.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I had that when I was like 14, and so I would wear like what like a servant in Handmaid's Tale wore. You know, wear like a big T-shirt and like the shittiest, the most nondescript like basketball shorts ever, and you just like look like you're like in prison.
Yeah, but that's coming back though. That's like when you're nonchalant now.
I don't know.
My point is, Chad, there's a delicate balance. You don't have to document everything, okay? Because I made some fashion mistakes when I was really trying to become an influencer during the 2013 to 2019 era, let's say. And then after COVID, I just gave up entirely, and that was also bad. And now it's fine. I've struck the balance.
When I was 2013 was a bad time for me for that too, because like I had just gotten into really good shape, and I remember like right as I was getting really cut, one of my friends was like getting fatter. We perfectly like.
Yeah.
You know, like this. And he had just come out like a year ago. My buddy Brandon. I actually just talked to him on the phone yesterday. And he gave me like, imagine the clothes that you wear in your first year of being gay if you grew up in a town of like 100 people in like way northern Minnesota. He gave me like the worst pants or shorts that I've ever worn in my life.
What was your like worst fit?
So I wore this to work one day when I was working as a bouncer. I just wore like the normal it was actually a really cool track jacket that they gave us at the job. I wish I still had it. But the pants I wore, they were like slightly longer than capris, but not pants.
Oh.
They went down to like mid-ankle, and they were like
the Israeli special.
Yeah, they were camo patterned.
No.
yeah.
No.
And they had like pirate tears at the end, and I was like, I was so excited about like being in good shape.
That is the most Tel Aviv ass fit I've ever
so
heard.
Dumb, and I was in the zone of like, well, I'm in shape. Like nothing, everything looks cool on me.
Oh my god!
And everyone laughed at me.
Yeah,
everyone.
No. Well,
I was so lucky that like no one really came in that night.
You're lucky that you didn't put them on the internet for everyone to see forever.
That was like a year before I started posting pictures of myself on Twitter. So like, thank God.
Because god damn it, I did do that, and oh my god, it's bad. It's like everybody loves bringing them up all the time. All the time. Oh, also here's some breaking news. Just in. Kamala Harris says she'd possibly run for president again. I am not done.
That's what you say when you're done. You know?
It sounds like a threat. I'll do it again.
I'll lose again.
I'm not done. I think there is 0% she makes it out of a primary.
No, I agree.
No shot.
I agree. Yeah. One of my favorite things recently was the clip of like, did you see when the protesters were they came to one of her talks, and when she went, "I'm not president," and the crowd like burst into cheers. Obviously they were cheering that she was like clapping back at the protesters, but it's funny to imagine that they were like, "Yeah, you lost."
Yeah, no.
She seemed like wasted at that one too.
She seems wasted all the time.
I mean, lest people forget, the last time she ran in a primary, she didn't even make it to voting.
Yeah, no, she dropped out super early.
Yeah, like, come on now.
Yeah, no, it's her time. She needs to do the Hillary reroute. You know, it's her time now.
She doesn't even have, like, that's what's so up about her. Hillary had loyalists.
Yeah.
There's no like Kamala loyal. I mean, there are K-High, but I mean like out of people who work in the Democratic system.
No, she has cycled through so many staffers that she couldn't even have like a loyal team to begin with, let alone establish like her own flank in the party in the way that like Obama did, or in the way that the Clintons did for a very long time.
Do you remember Ian Sams?
Yeah, there's no Kamalists.
She went through Ian Sams. I don't know. Ian Sams is actually the only guy I remember, but she's gone through like so many of them.
Yeah.
Her 2019 campaign, that is, I wish I could read a book about it. I wish more people cared about it. So it is the most interesting campaign to me because it is such a time capsule.
Yeah. Like peak woke.
Yeah.
She was pro Medicare for all.
Yeah.
And a woke cop. Like she was not like a regular prosecutor.
She was basically
basically ran the opposite of what she ran.
Yeah.
In the last election.
She was basically running as like Olivia Benson.
Yeah, it was so strange. Wait, someone said she wrote a book. She wrote a book about the 2019.
No, I don't want to read her book about it. No, I want to read a book by like a journalist who's like, here's how weird her 2019 campaign was.
Like, what were the instincts there? I just don't understand. We were so close. We were so peak woke. I miss it. I
do too. I don't think, God, there was not a better period of my life.
Yeah,
it really was not.
We need to get back to peak woke.
I miss it.
Where everyone was like constantly under financial threat of like they can't say anything. They can't say anything even remotely off color because like every major corporate sponsor would pull their every major corporate sponsor would be like, no, you're done. Like you're out.
I was against that, but I just mean like life was more fun.
Yeah.
During peak.
No, I hated it at the time. I yelled about it all the time, but I prefer that to the opposite of what that is. Target's like, if you don't say the R word 4 times today, we are canceling your activation.
That's how shitty things are now. Pretty much anyone was like, oh my God, they're gonna the ISPs are gonna go. What if ISPs go, we're not gonna host Patreon anymore because of your hate speech? But still, life was way more fun.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I just like the Kamala campaign. People don't remember the official campaign logo. It had the same color schemes as the cover for Frantz Fanon's "The Wretched of the Earth." Like it was so into like. Kamala and Beto, more so Beto, because Kamala at least pretended to be into Medicare for All, but they both had this concept campaign of like total maximalist on social issues, not even social issues, just like gesturing.
Beto O'Rourke's like skyrocketing success was I'm a Texan man who is agnostic on Medicare for All, or like he didn't have like a healthcare plan or anything, but he was like, I want to take away every Texan's weapons.
And I want no Texan. Yeah, we're gonna take all the guns and end tax breaks on churches.
Yeah,
which is like sure, but Beto, how are you gonna run in Texas again? And he was like, watch me. And then he lost like horribly. He was.
Yeah. But even then he like got fairly close.
He got close.
Which is indicative of like it should have been a telltale sign that like if he were to do like some left populist stuff and not just like full tilt, I guess like liberal Hitler.
He was like if he brought out the liberal, I would call him liberal Perón.
Okay.
Maybe. If he did that now, there would be like there would be like quite a few people thrown in with him. I loved it so much because nothing grossed me out more than Kamala or Pete or any of those people pretending that like, oh, I've always loved Medicare for All. Beto just being like, no, full like maximalist social liberalism. I don't even know how we're going to collect taxes. I haven't even thought about it.
Oh, by the way, Ron DeSantis is doing the exact opposite of that in Florida. Apparently, he is abolishing property taxes in its entirety. He said he wants to put it up as a ballot measure.
How the are they gonna like do anything?
I don't know. I don't understand. Like, what's the funding vehicle for anything at that point?
Do you just like stop
no income tax, no property tax? What do you do? Are they just going? Yeah, it's gonna be underwater anyway.
I can't like. They tried like something like that in Nevada like several years ago, and Nevada like. I mean, both places rely on tourism, but I would wager Nevada, like, it's a higher profit margin, fewer people, and it's still, like, their state up, like, pretty badly.
Yeah.
I imagine it'd be, like, way worse for Florida.
Like, what happens, you brought it up, but, like, what happens to the schools?
Yeah.
Do you just not have, do you abolish public schooling in its entirety at that point? Like, how do you fund?
I mean, yeah. That's probably the plan, yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess it's Florida. And Nevada and Florida, you could get away with that. No one would know.
It's just like...
Yeah, they stopped funding the schools actually 25 years ago.
Is there... I mean, I guess, like, tons of people moved there, but, like... Yeah, what happens when those people, like, have kids? And they, like, what the are you... If you have a kid in Florida, are you just like... Yeah, my son commutes to high school in Georgia every day. Like, what the do you do?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Rothbard baby marketplace. That's how you maximize baby efficiency.
That is really like
in the marketplace of babies.
That is really like classic Ron DeSantis shit.
Yeah,
like at the height of like grotesque culture war. To be like, no, I remember what I got into this for. To make life unlivable.
But the thing, I always thought the major problem with Ron DeSantis was, well, one, he was no riz whatsoever.
One of the most charmless people ever.
Just awful. And he, for some weird reason, forgot that, like, you're not actually supposed to pass legislation that harms capital. The whole culture war stuff is supposed to be a distraction. That was his biggest misstep when he like actually tried to punish Disney for culture war shit. Like, you're not supposed to actively go after the only thing that's keeping your state alive in terms of commerce and tourism because they're gay. You're supposed to let them be gay or whatever the they want to do.
Yeah, and it's also like, give it like a month. Give it a month after Trump wins, and then they'll be like, we're having a new Disney princess who's really racist. Isn't this what you guys like?
Yeah.
I don't know. I would love a J.D. Vance versus Ron primary. It would be like
God,
the electoral equivalent.
Race to the bottom.
A charisma supernova.
First of all, they wouldn't make it out because there would be a million Thomas Crooks that are trying to kill them everywhere they went. That would activate every Republican Thomas Crook style sleeper cell in the country.
It would be like, you imagine like
they're like, we have to call off the primaries. They're trying to kill us everywhere we go.
It costs more. It costs more than like the annual budget of the Department of Defense to like pay for security.
Yeah. They're just everywhere we go, we have to have basically the military there. It's a military installation.
They need to like fly. They need to fly like sorties because people are hijacking jets.
I don't know. Like, I feel like that would really break people's brains completely. That I think, and people ask me this all the time, but like my thing is Tucker. Like, I think he's the spiritual successor. He's the only guy who has like Trump's ability, early 2016 style ability to read the room, lean into like some kind of populist sentiment in a way that's like convincing. He's also a rich asshole who can speak like the working class, and I do think this is an additional benefit. He has like weird, kooky opinions on shit. Tucker Carlson sincerely believes that he was overtaken by spirits. Did you know this?
Oh yeah.
Like, one night he woke up and he had scratch marks all over his back, and he like legitimately thinks that experience was like a spirit taking over his body.
And he has the same thing Trump does, which is he spent the early 2000s as like a leading acolyte of shrubism. And now he's like, I hate that stuff.
Yeah.
I would like to. The only thing that makes me reticent about Tucker's chances is, and this is less so the case now that he's like just like on Twitter, is if you're already a TV guy, why go into the presidency? TV's already the prize. But if he's just like posting shit on Twitter, like, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, you can't. The president, I feel like, is the only time where you can make that work like the way Trump is, because it's clear that if you have a job where you have to be halfway competent, they much prefer being the TV guy.
Yeah.
I don't think, even with all the showboating that Pete Hegseth is doing, like, if he were to prefer being like a drunk rapist and still have his Fox News job, I suspect he would want like Brian Kilmeade's job as opposed to what he's doing now. And you can definitely see that with Kash Patel.
Yeah.
And I think Dan Bongino might have killed himself already because I haven't seen him at all.
You're right. I haven't seen him in weeks.
Because the last time I saw Dan Bongino on television, he was like basically on the verge of tears, talking about how difficult it is to be the deputy director of the FBI.
He was saying that like his marriage is failing.
Yeah, he's like, I come in here every day and Cash comes in even before me. We got very thin walls. I can hear everything he's doing in there. It's making me go crazy. It was awesome. Where is Dan Bongino?
We have not seen him for like over a month.
Yeah, I think he killed himself.
How funny would that be if they like if that happened and they're like, Cash, we have to announce it, and Cash is just like, leave him in the office.
Yeah,
we'll get to it when we get to. And he's just lying to everyone.
Yeah,
like no one knows but Cash.
Yeah, and no one cares.
And it's not. It doesn't even implicate Cash. he's just such like a panicked shithead.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna get blamed for it.
Yeah, they blame me for everything.
It's not my fault. That's the first thing he tells his wife when his wife finds out. Wait,
I didn't do it, I swear.
How long has my husband been dead? I had nothing to do with it. You won't find my fingerprints in there.
Oh man.
I think though that like Ron versus JD, it would be what I've been waiting for my entire life, which is the electoral equivalent to Jake Shields versus Yushin Okami. My favorite MMA fight of all time.
It's they're both backed by the different flanks. Like one was that was such a funny failure for the institutional Republicans. That's when it was over, I think. When they did do you remember when they did the competing like CPAC versus like Trump doing some other thing? When they thought they could like pull off the switcheroo for Trump voters.
Yeah.
That they would be fine with Ron DeSantis as opposed to Donald Trump, who was like a more controllable entity.
Yeah. I have the Ron DeSantis like campaign that one of the most ill-fated like AstroTurf campaigns ever.
It was a failure from the start. Dude, remember the Twitter Spaces saga?
Yeah.
And then Donald Trump made fun of them. With
I'm Hitler.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was peak posting from Trump. I'll be real.
That like Ron was. I'm surprised he made it through. I mean, that's kind of probably what his entire life has been, just like gritting through the humiliation. But like, he had to believe like he was destined. He had to like, you're there for January 6th. You see Trump sell out everyone who's there.
Yeah.
Just to be like, please let me on TV again. Please let me on Facebook. And if you're Ron, you're like, okay, I've done everything right. I've ruined everything. They're going to give it to me. Sorry, buddy.
But if he had enough motion, he probably could have pulled it off. It's just, he was the exact opposite of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Every time he was on television, his approvals went down. Every time. When people were like, for me, that's when I realized Joe Rogan was a full-blown Republican operative. Not because he endorsed Donald Trump, but when he said, I love Ron DeSantis.
Yeah,
I think he's really a great Republican. A great politician. I was like, you're insane for that.
Yeah, no. There is no, like, nonpartisan person who's like, I drop what I'm doing to listen to Ron DeSantis speak.
Wait, Bill Maher endorsed Cuomo? Oh my God.
It's over. Pack up your Zoran shit, everyone.
now both of the top candidates have a 9/11 guy on their side. Do you not know what Bill Maher said after 9/11?
Oh yeah. No. Well, one of the many things that is made me loyal to Bill Maher.
Yeah.
Why did Bill Maher wait till this long to do it?
Yeah.
It seems like Cuomo's like his perfect
guy.
Like he's sexual harassment, rapist, hates Muslims.
Yeah.
Basically, like that's an anti-Trump Republican sexual harasser, idiot. Like that's his guy.
Connor, Bill has seen enough, had to get involved. Yeah, what motivated him to do that right now?
It's so late.
Yeah.
Did he just like not look at it? Did he just like Zoran's a flash in the pan like Pogs? And then he like looked at a recent poll and was like, "Oh shit,
he's just so woke, it'll never work."
They're gonna vote for him, and he'll go, "Hey, those aren't my pronouns."
Oh man! Until today, he never looked at it. Bill has no motion. How dare you say that? Again, like I said,
seen Club Random, asshole?
Yeah, that's what will really do it. If he has Cuomo on Club Random, oh my God! Speaking of which, Cuomo went on Impulsive.
I saw that.
It got like 60,000 views.
That's the worst Impulsive has ever done.
Yeah, because why would 12-year-olds watch Andrew Cuomo go on and on about Zoran wants to hurt billionaires? Wait, Zoran hates Israel.
I actually haven't watched the. Did Mike mostly conduct the interview?
No, he has a producer who like got real mad about Zoran Mamdani. He was like, these assholes, they don't know how tough it is to walk a mile in New York without getting mugged. Like, it's like, bro, what are you doing that you're constantly under threat in New York City?
They gave over their show to their producer. Like, why even have Cuomo on then?
Where is it? And then the only media hit it got was Andrew Cuomo from New York Post torches Zohran Mamdani over lack of experience on impulsive.
Like, specifically his lack of experience of going on impulsive.
Yeah. Wait, do you guys have the hold on. Do you have the link, chat? With the Zohran, not Zohran, with the Cuomo. Cuomo impulsive doesn't even show up. Impersonator is the first thing that shows up when you type in Cuomo.
Every impulsive gets like
maybe they're washed.
Exponentially more views.
Yeah, look, 75,000 views in 4 days. Let's look at their metrics.
That's like what the Chapo YouTube will do, and we are.
Oh my God! Millionaire makers harsh truths about making millions. 400,000 views. Camila Arao lost 400,000 views. Benny Safdie, only 107,000 views. Okay. Charlie Sheen, almost 1 million views.
Dana White, 1.4.
And then Andrew Cuomo, 75,000 views.
That's so bad.
That's like embarrassing. That's so embarrassing you might delete it. Like that's like we might have to delete this.
I need to see it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Cuomo.
Thank you. Thank you.
Why would you want to be the mayor of New York?
We are at a point.
Yo, that's brilliant.
That's credit to Logan. That's a very good question.
Yeah, I love that. That is the lowest viewed video that they've ever had.
This is
Point
what
where
our
we have to
the
make
Chapo
progress.
YouTubers.
Mamdani is a socialist, the child of wealth, never had to work, never managed any.
Dude, I hate when he says the nepotism argument because it's like, bitch, you have never had to work. Like, what do you mean? You became like the HUD secretary at like what 40?
Yeah.
Like, I wonder how that happened. Like
his jobs before that were like working for his dad's campaign.
Yeah. Like your last name is Cuomo. I know those two don't know what the that means, and they don't have the knowledge of it, but like that's what pisses me off.
So your dad was like the Sopranos.
Yeah. Also, look at the comments. Logan, what's the best pizza in New York City? 40 likes. Nobody responds.
Oh, God,
if
poor
Logan had the real balls, he would bring Mamdani next week. How can Cuomo attack Mamdani for being a rich Nepo baby when he was literally the son of a New York governor? Damn. The 14-year-olds have learned a lot.
They're getting educated on impulsive.
Yeah,
Impulsive's a good
nightmare
show.
blunt rotation. This guy killed my grandma with his policies. He's not beating Mamdani anyway law. One of the most embarrassing things I've seen in a minute.
These seventh graders hate this.
Yeah, I wonder how much billionaire Bill Ackman paid them for this promo. Dare you to bring Zohran Mamdani on is only fair. This is a violation. I'm bringing this up. I'm bringing this up to the regulators. You have to have equal time for Zohran Mamdani.
There's no one who's like, oh, this is kind of interesting. No one enjoyed this.
The people already voted against Cuomo. The race should be between Zohran and Curtis. You got to get Mamdani on too. Ann Sliwa, APAC money. I'm sorry, I can't listen to the lifelong politicians saying government is bad while being government his entire life. Get Mamdani on is only fair. Oh my God. Oh my God.
This is a revolt of Impulsive Nation.
Yeah, they did not f with this episode at all. 75,000, like that drop off is historic. They went from 500,000 to 75,000.
1.4 million with Dana White like 2 weeks ago.
If Mamdani is elected mayor, Trump will take over New York.
So why is Mamdani?
Why would he hate that? He loves Trump.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
And like
Logan Paul had Trump on the podcast. He loves Trump. Isn't that supposed to be a good thing?
And like what would Cuomo do to stop that?
Yeah. Well, he already has his own DOJ investigation specifically for that reason, so he can have the same Eric Adams deal.
Currently leading the polls.
He has appealed with very simplistic solutions that would never work. Fast, free buses.
Yeah, this really worked. Remember in 2016 when this was a banger? Yeah, this was so sick. He's doing the Hillary Rodham, a beloved figure, of course.
It's not just the Hillary Rodham, but like they're also doing they're basically doing the Hillary campaign against Trump.
Yeah.
Every time they bring you up, it reminds me of like basket full of deplorables.
Yeah.
You've heard the rumor about him being sundowning, right?
I heard the rumors. I saw it when he was fucking both of the debates, especially in the first one, he was really bad.
Yeah.
Where at least in the second one, like he had some like pre-canned lines that he could like deliver in sequence. But the first debate, they would be like, everyone name state your names for people that are watching and tuning in for the first time tonight. And you'd be like, huh? What do you mean? Why are you asking me that? It was like, what the f-, dude? Why are you so angry?
He is like, he's what? Well, how old is he? Like mid-late 60s?
Oh, he's hurt for mid-late 60s. If that's, I don't know how old he is. Let's see. Oh, people are saying 67. 6'7"? 67.
Very important person, very special guest. Thank you for joining us today.
You had Trump on.
Does Logan think he's like a senator or like does he think he's employed?
I don't.
Because he's not any of those things right now. It really, I didn't think about this until this moment, but it's like.
Logan doesn't have any politician on until they have a sexual harassment allegation. Yeah. What the f-? Who is? What were you going to say?
I was just going to say, like, it doesn't feel like Cuomo is the one who made the decision to stay in the race. It feels like he's being piloted by, vendors, the people who are benefiting from this continuing idiotic enterprise.
Who are Cuomo's? I mean, I guess it's just the anti-Zoran vote.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're really doing my boy Curtis dirty. Like, give Curtis a shot.
But it's so weird, though. I mean, to market yourself as like the anti-Zoran. A lot of the people that like Cuomo like Zoran, like a significant amount. There isn't a contingent of the electorate that's like big enough where they would go, okay, I was going to vote for Sleep. Like, it just does not make any sense. There is no route for that.
Hasan Reactions is one of the best ones in the React channel.